I'm not joking. I have asked the last 3 dudes I've dated for their bank account info on the first date.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
I don't judge people's actions. I look at the intention behind it. So like, why do you ask for that?
What the fuck are you talking about, man?
Because I only want to date a wealthy guy that has money.
Valid, so you're getting straight to the point.
Huh? Oh, don't even get me started on these motherfuckers right here.
I think, you know, I have a job. I'm very successful.
Who gives a shit?
So I think I have every right to be like, hi, are we on the same level or am I wasting my time?
You're not cool at all. You're a dick. Leave us alone.
I don't think this was just tripping.
Is this what our world has come to? Like, is she dead ass serious? She's saying every guy that I date on the first date. So obviously this hasn't worked out for her. You're a gold digger at that point. That's not love either.
I know that there's like crazy women out there like that, but there's no way that I think that something like that exists.
And you know how I know she's immature too? She's like, I'm trying to see if we're on the same level. Like, she's like comparing her level to like how much money she has, and that's already, okay, you got it all wrong, girl. Yeah. Like, how would you feel if a girl, on the first date, the girl goes, all right, give me your bank account information?
I'm telling you, I would have just laughed and asked for the
you broke ass bitch, why do you need my bank account information? Don't you got your own money?
Super marriage tip. When your wife gives you lemons, just talk to her best friend instead. She'll usually be way sweeter. Alright, I'm gonna head out.
The shit's chess, it ain't checkers.
Well, you learning a yoga pose? Is that what it is? You don't even fucking do yoga. You got me.
Can you record something for me real quick?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Move to your right. All right, now get down to my level. Now flip the camera. Thank you so much.
Yeah, boy.
Me gusta que corra. ¿Qué te gusta que corramos, mi amor? ¿Qué estás haciendo?
Nicole, what's the worst date experience you've ever had?
He played the Pokemon theme song before. I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was. He wanted to catch them all.
Hell yes.
My man.
You need to be able to stimulate a man's mind, like...
She don't need to stimulate my mind. She need to stimulate my life. Because anybody can talk good as a bitch.
Well...
If you stimulate my life, do you add value to my life?
Okay, but
if you're not adding value to my life, then shit, I'm giving you all this grade A dissmanship for nothing. I'm just giving you good energy. And you taking it and running off with it. Do we complement each other? It's about balance. Like, I feel like we supposed to make each other better. We grow, and as we grow, we both become better.
Right.
That's either we grow together or we grow apart. That's it. Stimulating my mind. I can call somebody and just talk about fucking over the phone if I need my mind.
What is up? Welcome to another one. It's Friday. Hope your week went well. The weekend's here, so let's enjoy it. Hope you're enjoying the video so far. What do you say we get back into it? Welcome to Mankind.
Looking at them girls like that.
You look good. That's why I'm looking at it like that.
But Dad, they're not even your age.
Do it look like I give a fuck? Do it look like I give a fuck and I don't? Age ain't nothing but a number. You'll learn that when you get older. Plus, I'm just looking.
That's aside the point, R. Kelly. You looking at them little girls like that, and you're gonna be looking at me through a glass window when you in jail.
Shut the hell up, Sean. You don't know what you're talking about. Plus, I'm looking at her right there, and I know little girls.
Miss Penny? That should weigh like 400 pounds. Plus, she in a wheelchair.
I'm not talking about Miss Penny. Her right there.
Oh, Miss Johnson.
That's right.
I heard she used to be a man.
Shut the hell up, Sean. She ain't used to be no man. What you talking about? She's just a tall tree, and I want to cut it down. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, before you cut it down, make sure you cut that branch off.
Get the hell out of there. Shut the hell up, Sean.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Well, do you know what the leading cause of death for pregnant people is?
Pregnant people, mothers, women.
If you'd like to call them mothers, not all of them are mothers, but if you'd like to call them that.
What are they if they're not mothers?
They're pregnant people.
What people other than mothers are pregnant?
Does it bother you to use inclusive language?
In order to be a moral person, I need to accept the idea that a man can really become a woman. That's a prerequisite of my being a moral person.
Yes.
I would like to identify as the correct person on this issue. I identify as being correct and more correct than you on this issue. And I would just ask that you accept and affirm my identity.
Gotcha, bitch! Now I'm gonna start by saying I don't know much about this stuff, so maybe I'm way off here. But I realized something today about gender identity when I was making this video. See, the argument is that it's 100% a social construct. The idea that it's our experiences, it's the social influences that make us who we are and give us our gender identity. And sure, I believe that gender is a social construct, partially. But I also believe, like I think a lot of people, that gender is linked in some way to your biology, to your biological sex, to the pieces and parts you're born with, the different hormones that we receive that make us act different, that make us treat each other different, that make us react different. This is what gives us different experiences, which in turn makes us who we are and gives us our gender. So what I realized today is the idea that gender identity is 100% a social construct is a self-defeating theory. And the reason for that is if gender identity is 100% a social construct, how could somebody possibly identify as something they have no experience in? They have never been socially constructed that way. They have no influences from society as that gender. The only way that it could be possible that they identify as a gender they have no experience in is if they are in some way connected through their biology, through their genes, through their DNA, through their brainwaves, something imperceivable to them that down the line may be measurable. And on that note, people love to use this argument, gender identity being 100% a social construct, to say, no, I'm not that gender. But do they ever use it as an argument to say, that's the gender I am? Because what if I use that same logic and say, well, if gender identity is 100% a social construct, what does that say about all the people identifying as transgender these days? Isn't that just socially constructed and influenced by society? I'm sure in this case, they'd love to reverse the argument. This is when they'd love to say, well, actually, no, it's biological because I have no choice in the matter. And this is where we have the problem. Now, I have no problem with people being transgender. Like, I'm not even trying to say that it's not possible to be born in the wrong body. All I'm saying is the problem we have is all the ambiguity around it. And people trying to make rules and change laws and change sports. You know, society is structure. That's the way it works. You may not like it, but rules and laws and structures, that's what makes society work. And the minute you start pulling those things apart, you have anarchy, you have chaos, right? So when you start trying to build these laws and rules and sports and whatever it is based on something with such a shaky foundation and so much ambiguity, that's when things are bound to fall apart.
Yep. I am a white lesbian trapped in a black man's body. I'm 6 months pregnant and I love my husband.
That doesn't make sense.
Hey, hope you're enjoying the video so far. Just another daily reminder to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell. As you know, it helps quite a lot. I really appreciate you taking the time. Let's get back to the video.
The thing is, this ridiculous thing of, oh, let's ask the average person what they think. Let's stop asking the average person what they... Do you know how fucking stupid the average person is?
That's not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous to say that.
We still sell bottles of bleach with big labels on that say, do not drink.
Some people are really fucking stupid.
Right? Let's take those labels off, right? For 2 years. And then have a referendum.
I don't care. I'm based.
How many women do you think it would take for you to be able to lose a fight?
Do you know who Amanda is? Nunez?
Yes.
The greatest women fighter that ever has lived. She was a teammate, good friend of mine for a long time. Obviously, we saw what she would do to all the women. And in sparring, she more or less could handle most of the girls. But if we got a guy that was from the UFC, bottom of the barrel, like a 2-2 guy, they would have to tell that guy not to go full blast. The speed, the explosiveness to generate the power and what we can take compared to a woman. I don't mean to sound
agree with you
about the sound, but if the girls don't know what they're doing, the number could be infinite, because I wouldn't get tired.
No, there's no way. You can't have infinite. They would just smush you.
Please test me and see what happens.
Look, anyone who still thinks that biological men don't have an advantage over women in sports, athletics, strength, whatever it is. They're out of their fucking minds. I mean, they're either delusional or they're ignoring the facts, they don't practice critical thinking, or they're just regurgitating the narrative they hear on the news, and they're virtue signaling. But I mean, just fucking open your eyes. I mean, how many stories have you heard of men transitioning to women, entering women's sports, and beating up on all the females and winning gold medals? Now reverse that. How many stories have you heard of women transitioning to men, joining men's sports, and winning at men's sports? I literally have not heard a single story of that. And it seems like every single day there's another story about a man who transitioned to be a woman and is winning at women's sports. I mean, this should be a serious fucking indicator, but for some reason, they're still trying to push this nonsense. It is fucking bananas.
Do you see what you get when you mess with the warrior?
Like a lot of people, I used to be lonely and horny all the time. But that was before I discovered getting fucked by life. You see, life is committed to bending you over and absolutely giving it to you. And not just physically, but emotionally as well.
Oh, fuck me.
Hey, we've all had days like this, right? Everything's going wrong, life sucks, I got the worst luck in the world, why me? I just want to give up, all that kind of attitude. But here's the thing, I can guarantee you two things about shitty days like that. Number one is that it will not be your last shitty day. And number two is that shitty days never last. You know, it's the best thing you can do is just keep putting one foot in front of the other no matter what. No matter how hard it gets, no matter how rough it gets, just keep pushing forward. Because at the end of the day, no matter how beat up you are, you're better, you're stronger for it. And when it's all over, you can go home, put your head on a pillow, close your eyes and fall asleep and get a system reboot. You get another chance because tomorrow's another day. I'll see you in the next one.
Tough time never lasts. Only tough people last.
Dear Mom, today once again I didn't give up.